Yo, what's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this, we'll be going over some of the new things that are happening on the global version and just a sequence of events that are going to be happening, as well as the winners of the Choose Your Own Sugo, etc. And the brand new Raid Big Mom. So, I have thoughts about everything here, and it's all kind of interesting. So, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, guys, the first thing we're gonna go over today is the brand new Raid Big Mom. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw this unit, I was like, oh, that's hype. And then I went, oh, that sucks. And then I thought about it, and now it's a little better. So, the new Raid Big Mom is gonna be a slasher and powerhouse character. And you can see she's kind of in the form where she was hungry during the chase sequence with Sanji and Luffy and all that. And the cake, this is the cake section. So this is where Big Mom is kind of cool. And I really wanted to see how they're gonna do her here. And actually, they did a pretty good job. So going over Big Mom really quickly, Big Mom is going to be maxing out at 3,181 HP, 1,630 attack, 220 recovery. She's going to have special cooldown reduction and double special. So overall, when you look at her kit, it's extremely strong to have all that. Another huge thing about Big Mom is she's going to max out at 6 turns. And she's good for 2 teams that I can think of initially. There's probably other teams that are going to be out there that she's going to be really good for. But the first 2 teams that I think she's going to be really good for, I'll go over once we go over the special ability and you'll understand why. Her captain ability is going to reduce the entire crew's HP by 20%. So that was when I was like, oh, that sucks. Why are you doing what Enel does? No, I don't like that. She's going to be a 2.5 times captain, and when HP is below 50%, boost the attack by 3 times. 3 times rainbow captain, but lose HP. Honestly, that's not bad. So getting a 3 times rainbow captain, not too bad. But only when you're below 50%. So I guess you could argue you could use Whitebeard ship and then not use auto healing on this team. I guess, but to be honest, this character is a little lackluster in the captain department, but being a rainbow captain, I can't really complain too much since it is a free-to-play unit. So, going over the special ability. The special ability is really good for 2 teams, and I'll go over why in a sec. Okay, so first off, the special ability is cut the crew's HP, so your own HP, by 50%, do 100 times reduced amount of HP in typeless damage to 1 enemy, and then randomize all orbs except recovery orbs. That's cool. The randomize all except recovery is actually really cool, and there's a reason that's really, really good. Because now she's good for really 2 different teams that I am very excited for. So the fact that she's reducing your HP by 50% is kind of sucky. But then I thought about it and I was like, wait, does Katakuri captain ability, version 2 Katakuri captain ability, does it trigger when you use self-reducing HP effects? Because all I saw though was like takes damage. So I'm not sure if it actually triggers that. Is this triggered by self-inflicted HP damage? I haven't tried it yet personally, but if it does, which this unit is the perfect unit for Katakuri teams. The reason I say that is because she's on a 6-turn cooldown, which allows you to use this unit on like a stage 3 fight if you wanted to, and then again on a stage 5 fight, which is super good. There's tons of cooldown reducers you can use. The fact that she has double special is very good as well. So you can use her multiple times to get extra damage for Katakuri. So I really like that. And the fact that she's going to randomize all orbs instead of recovery orbs is also a good thing. So the other thing that's really good about her, what I very much like, and I'm going to go over this, and this is going to be like where she kind of like, she's going to hurt a lot of different teams, but you're going to be like, oh, that's actually not bad. She is the first ever trade-off sailor ability, and there has been 1 negative sailor ability in the entire game, and it was for Invasion Cavendish. And Invasion Cavendish had the only completely negative sailor ability in the entire game, where you would actually get 50% reduced damage, I think, if if you brought the wrong color captain to a specific slasher team, which made no sense because that made the unit have no longevity, so that if you specific slasher teams, you would not get no benefit out of it. So honestly, Invasion Cavendish is just a trash unit because of that Sailor ability. So it's very unfortunate that they did that to him. Even with his limit break, he didn't get any better because of it. So there's nothing that they can do to make Invasion Cavendish better. He is in the doo-doo tier because of that. So the second thing is that there's never been a Sailor ability in the entire game, to my knowledge, that they've done something negative and then something positive on the other end. I like it because the reason I like these trade-off Sailor abilities is because you can put really astounding attributes on one side of it. So like a very positive thing on one side and then a very negative thing on the other side. And it allows you to decide, hey, do I really need that for this specific team? Do I not need this for this specific team? And that adds a good layer of team building. So it doesn't make this, oh, this unit is specific for this team only, but now I have this other attribute. So the first Sailor ability is reduce the entire crew's HP by 30%, which is a huge negative. But then on the other side, boost the crew's recovery of the entire crew by 1.2 times. And that's huge because that'll actually multiply along with any recovery boosting captain ability as well. So that's a very interesting thing. My only thought is, wait, does this actually include the amount of recovery that you gain from sockets if you use recovery up sockets? So I don't think it will because it's recovery of the entire crew. I'm assuming that's per unit. I'm assuming that's how it's going to work. And then recovery of sockets is like a 1,000 tacked on afterward. But if it takes that entire amount and then multiplies by that afterward, that'd be really interesting to see. I've never tried a Warco team with a full set of recovery orbs with the captain ability, but I think this is the first multiplicative recovery ability for a Sailor. So I am very, very curious to see if this is going to be a very, very good thing that you can like abuse with recovery up sockets, etc. My thought is no, it won't, but that would be really, really broken if it was. In addition to that, she's also going to add on 300 recovery per meat orb whenever a recovery orb is consumed. This makes this unit a very strong unit for Legend Enel teams. The reason I say this unit is very strong for Legend Enel teams is because, first off, you're getting a 1.2 times boost to your recovery, making it completely unnecessary to bring a healer. The other thing is that you get another 300 recovery per meat orb that you do eat. Even this unit does have lower amounts of recovery. The fact that you do get a little bit more is very interesting. Also, looking into this unit, because you have reduced HP on this unit and both as a captain and a Sailor, my thought is giving this unit recovery candies is not a bad way to go. And the reason I say that is because getting a 1.2 times boost to your recovery, as well as getting this character a little extra recovery, is totally fine. But I don't know if I don't know if every player should go HP on this character. I don't know if every player should go recovery. Honestly, this is one of the first characters in the entire game where I would actually kind of steer away from attack, which is really weird. I typically say you should always get attack on characters, but this is one of those weird units where you're really not going to use this character on a ton of different teams as a last hitting unit or as a high damage unit. Even though she does have a massive stat boost, my thought is that you could possibly go for HP and recovery on this unit. And I don't know if I would want to do that specifically, but I think this is one of those few units in the entire game where I would actually want to build out two separate big moms, where I would want to have one on HP and recovery and the other one would be attack and either HP or recovery, depending on what I want. And this would be a very different unit for two separate sets of teams. So for version 2 Katakuri, if this does trigger his HP recovery effect, as well as increase his captain ability, as well as increase the trigger for his special ability, this is a perfect unit for version 2 Katakuri teams. If it does not, then she's doo-doo for that team. But if the other force that's been useful for is Enel teams, and the fact that she gets cooldown reduction and double special is really interesting as well. So what I really like about this unit is that if I get in trouble turn 1 on a version 2 Katakuri team, and I'm like, oh, I can't kill these guys because they have a very high HP pool, I can actually use this unit turn 1 on two separate enemies, which is a very, very strong thing because this is the first unit in a long time that is able to do damage turn 1, and this is a very strong unit because the only other units that do high damage turn 1 to my knowledge are Time Skip Kid, Gear 4, or Time Skip Luffy. And I think there may be one other one that has cooldown reduction that allows you to do damage turn 1 for special damage, for high enough special damage to be noticeable. There might be other units that have like very low amount of special damage, but anything over a few 100,000, this is the first one in a long time. And this is the highest single target damage in the game, depending on the HP of your crew, of course. So I definitely like this unit for really niche uses. For most players, you can actually skip this unit unless you're going to be trying to build NL teams as well as version 2 Katakuri teams. This is not really a must farm unit for many different teams, but it is a really good unit for the teams I've mentioned. And let's quickly go over the global news just because, you know, it's fun to go over some of the fun stuff here. So the Choose Your Own Sugo vote is finally in. I know a lot of global players very much look forward to Choose Your Own Sugofest. Personally, I think they are a trap, but you know what? If you like pulling on them, all the power to you. The Sugofest exclusive characters, the first place is going to be Whitebeard Marco, second place is going to be Lin, third place is going to be the Gear 4 Luffy, fourth place is Katakuri version 1, and fifth place is going to be version 2 Akainu. The Make It Your Own Sugofest is going to be debuting on March 23rd, going through the 25th, and look forward to it through Bandai. We have no details on the Sugofest, so do not ask in the comment section if it is a 2x Legend Rate banner or anything like that. We have no other details besides the winners. And the next bit of quickie news here we're going to be going over is going to be for the next treasure mode for Global, which is going to be treasure mode Boa, who is a waifu for Laifu, of course, and she is one of the best artworks in the game, of course, but as a unit, she does fall off very quickly, and as a captain ability, if you do read her captain ability, it sounds good in theory, but is actually doo-doo. As a sub for a Beijing Capone team, which should be a legend dropping this month, as well as Zephyr Legend, she is going to be a perfect sub for Beijing Capone teams, not for Zephyr teams. So if you are trying to use this unit for Zephyr, then unfortunately not going to be so great. I think Zephyr's going to drop next month sometime. Sorry, I misspoke. But Beijing Capone should be either near the end of this month or early next month. So it's probably early next month because the Sugofest we have is from the 23rd to the 25th. So Beijing Capone being one of the best legends in the game, definitely look out for him. Boa is the perfect sub unit for him if you are able to get matching orbs on your captain. But otherwise, this unit is a little bit trickier to use. So make sure that you have an orb manipulator on your team if you are going to be using Boa with your Capone teams. For a couple days, what I got in a row was, hey, Second, did you hear we're getting the ace that everybody got for a long time, and we finally got him on Global, yay! So first off, he's on Global in your inboxes, so he's great. He works really well with the Sabo. He's really good for, I believe, the next treasure mode, which is treasure mode Boa. I don't know if it's treasure mode Boa or if it's for the one after. It might be for the one after, but it is really good for one of those treasure modes. I have to double check. The other thing is that Invasion Sengoku is going to be dropping on the global version of One Piece Treasure Cruise very soon. He is a very hard treasure mode, and do not try to use Big Mom to beat him. There is a driven silence on that final stage, as well as a driven rollback as well. So please don't bring driven characters that if you're going to be using the special on the final boss. Big Mom is driven. Try not to use Big Mom on Invasion Sengoku. It's literally the worst. Hey guys, well, my name's Sekapoko. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if of course you did, like and subscribe. If you want to check the last couple videos, they are right over there where we go over some of the fun things that are happening on the Japanese version, as well as doing the free-to-play tier list. If you guys want to know a little bit more about the free-to-play units and how you should do farming them. If you want to subscribe to the channel, it's right down there. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.